I went in that stall, I pulled out the sock, I put this in, and it was life-changing to me. I could go out and get a hug from somebody without feeling self-conscious. I'm Barb Demarest, and I'm the founder of KnittedKnockers.org. Knitted Knockers Support Foundation, but we're more known as KnittedKnockers.org. We provide free breast prosthetics for women who have had a mastectomy. They're handmade by volunteers, and we love them because they're soft and light and beautiful and can be worn in a regular bra. We also specialize in connecting these volunteer knitters and crocheters to provide these free knitted knockers, because we give away 1,000 a month free to any woman all over the country that would like to have them. And we can only do that because of the generosity of the knitters and crocheters, which is just incredible, the giving community that is willing to make them. So what we do is we facilitate that. I wore a knitted knocker myself for 3 years, and the reason I founded KnittedKnockers.org was because when I had a mastectomy, I thought I was going to be immediately reconstructed, and due to complications, that didn't happen. And I was just wondering, what am I going to do, and what am I going to wear? And for me personally, the lowest point over my whole cancer journey was hearing the voice on the other end of the line when I called about what I could wear. Hearing that voice say, "Oh honey, I am so sorry, but you can't put anything on that scar for at least 6 weeks." That was the time I cried. And so I was later in my doctor's office, and I picked up a brochure for the traditional breast prosthetics and camisoles, and I was holding that in the exam room. And the doctor looked at me and he said, "You know, most women are not really satisfied with that. They can be hot and heavy and sticky, and you can't wear them for at least 6 weeks." And I said to him, "Well, what am I going to do?" And he looked at me and he said, "Do you knit?" I was like stunned. "Well, yeah, why?" And he says, "Well, I've never seen one, but I've heard there's such a thing as a knitted knocker." And he said, "You might want to check it out." And so I went home and I called my dear friend Phyllis, and I said, "Phyllis, have you ever heard of a knitted knocker?" Because I was too sick to knit for myself at that point. She said, "No, but I'll find out." So it was a week later when I ventured out into public for the first time. I was very self-conscious. I stuck a sock in my bra and I went to church. And I was just so self-conscious. Well, here comes Phyllis tripping into church with a Victoria's Secret bag. And she hands it to my husband and says, "Here, Denny, give this to Barb. Don't look in the bag." So he did. He gave it to me. Well, I knew right away what it was. And I went into the bathroom and I opened up this bag and pulled out the most beautiful knitted knocker. It was soft, it was light, it was beautiful, and it was made by somebody who cared. And I went in that stall, I pulled out the sock, I put this in, and it was life-changing to me. I could go out and get a hug from somebody without feeling self-conscious. So I knew immediately that we needed to provide these to the doctor's offices so they don't just go, "Well, I've heard there's such a thing, but I don't know how you can get it. Can you maybe you can knit your own?" Maybe we could be that Phyllis for those out there that don't have that as a resource. I went back to my doctor and I said, "If we could provide these to you, would you hand them out to your patients?" And he said, "We would absolutely love to do that." So Phyllis got to knitting. She's knit like 600 of these. And we started providing them to our doctor's office, and the ladies were loving them. And we provided them to the plastic surgeons and all these different people in our community, and we thought, this is too great to keep just to ourselves. I contacted the lady that had the website where the pattern was that Phyllis had found it on, and she'd said she was no longer able to provide the knitted knockers due to life circumstances. And so I asked her, "Would you mind if we use the name and proceed to distribute them and make them. So she said, I would be thrilled if you would do that. So I decided to get a website because I knew the demands would be too much for any one group to provide for every need out there. There's 50,000 mastectomies done a year in the United States, and 90% of those women will wear a breast prosthetic at least for a while. And my doctor told me, he said, it's not only going to be those 50,000 women that are interested in these, but 10 years worth of buildup of people that have not had these available that are going to go, I want them too. So we thought the only way to do this is to inspire and equip people to provide for their own communities. So we started reaching out to the knitters. We created a website where we posted the patterns. We made video tutorials so that you could knit and crochet these and make them so that we could help you distribute them. So knittedknockers.org was created as a website. We also have a Facebook page. And a woman can go online and order those knitted knockers at knittedknockers.org, and she chooses her size, A, B, C, D, double D, whether she wants a dark one or a light colored, and a single or a pair. And those are sent out to her. But you know what? What's really cool is we've evolved to the point where we send out 1,000 of these a month free. We can only do it because of these knitters and crocheters that are making these. The women usually receive them within about 2 weeks, but we've created this network of people all across the country. We have over 5,000 registered knitters and crocheters around the country, and by the way, we are in 30 international countries as well that are providing these to the people of their country. But a woman can go online and order from anywhere in the world, and we will send them to him. There's 3 ways you can help, and one is as simple as making knockers. If you're a knitter or a crocheter, go to our website. We've got the video tutorials, we've got the patterns. We're going to equip you to make them, and then you can send them to us unstuffed, and we'll take it from there. We have a group that meets every week, and we'll use those to fill that 1,000 orders a month that we send out. The second way that a person can help is to adopt a clinic. We'll connect them with the clinic to knit for them. We'll equip them. Once again, register with us as a knitter or a crocheter, and we will just make that happen. We have approved yarns. It's very important that approved yarns are used. We're going to equip you. We're not going to inundate you with a bunch of emails. You're just going to hear from us once, then we'll go from there. And then the third way to help is to donate. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We survive by donations. No one's paid. And people have said, why don't you charge for this? Well, we think it's very important to not charge. We had a woman here at Stitches yesterday. We're here at Stitches West in Santa Clara, California. And we had a woman stop by our booth yesterday that said, I could use these. So as we were selecting one for her or with her, she looks at me and she says, how much are they? And we said, well, they're free. And she started to cry. She said, I can't believe that a complete stranger would care enough to make these for me. And we find that it's very meaningful, both from the person that's providing these knockers to know that nobody's profiting from them, nobody's trying to use them. We're just doing this because we care. We're providing a great product, yes, but it's more than just a great product. It is a gift of love and comfort and dignity from people that care. That Phyllis in somebody's life like she was for me. So the third, this does have costs. So the third way that people can help is to donate. Our postage alone last year was $55,000. We're able to do it because of the generosity of people. We figure it costs us about $10 to provide a pair of knitted knockers. We get lots of $10 donations, and that's the way we survive. So you can donate by going online to knittedknockers.org, or you can mail a check to us, but it is very, very appreciated.